930-606-0953. You can watch both sides of the story live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Both Sides 106. Email bothsides106 at live.com. Send your WhatsApp voice notes, audio messages, and text messages to 876-365-3346. Remember, we have two ears and one mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Sides of the story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
We see then how far the monuments of wit and learning are more durable than the monuments of power or of the hands. For have not some books continued 2,500 years or more without the loss of a syllable or letter, during which time infinite palaces, temples, castles, and cities have been decayed and demolished? It is the seventh day of the third month of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. In the United States, the month of August is being observed as Children's Eye Health and Safety Month, Gastroparesis Awareness Month, National Breastfeeding Month, National Immunization Awareness Month, Psoriasis Action Month, and Summer Sun Safety. The Battle of Boyaca is being remembered in Colombia. It's Independence Day in Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, Labor Day in Samoa, and Youth Day in Kiribati. It's Wednesday, the 7th of August, 2024, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices, and that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, and looking forward to your usual participation in today's program, 876-922-4112-5, and we'll come back with more contact details in just a moment.
Need water for agricultural purposes? Apply to the National Irrigation Commission for your irrigation services. Let's grow smart and eat smart with irrigated agriculture. Call National Irrigation Commission at 876-927-6727. Visit their website at www.nicjamaica.com or visit any of their office locations today. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.
Neighborhood piece is shining. It's the middle of the night. Young faces hide in the shadows while they watch their mother and father fight. He said she's been unfaithful. She says her love for him is gone. And the brother shrugs to his sister and says, looks like it's just us from now on. All we always need to hear both sides of the story. We need to hear both sides of the story. And the lights are all on. The world is watching now. People looking for truth. We must not fail now. Be sure before we close our eyes.
Thanks for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. And just a reminder, the numbers to call. This is the program where you get an opportunity of more talk time, more opportunities to share your thoughts, your ideas, your questions, your concerns, your issues, whatever is on your mind. The lines are open to you. It's wherever in the world you are. 876-922-4112-5. That's 876-922-4112 The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So by all means, the lines are open and we invite you to go ahead and participate in the discussions here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, as we continue to give you more airtime. This person has called us just to say hello. Well, hello to you too. It's a 214 number off the top of my head. That one is not clicking right now, but it's good of you. Wherever your 214 takes you, it's good of you to connect. Thank you very much. And we are looking forward to connecting this afternoon with Joan Andrea Hutchinson and also Camelia Isaacs during both sides of the story this afternoon. We hope you'll stay with us for that and much more here on both sides of the story. Let's see who else is messaging us. Someone is preparing for Amalgamation, Jamaica's premier international dance. Well, someone will have to tell us more about that another time. But thank you for your message, for your event dated the 14th of September. And Franklin McDonald, as usual, is checking in with us, talking about MGI's ongoing drone monitoring of solid waste in Cassava Peace. Would love to hear some more about that. In the meantime, prepare yourselves for whatever issues you are prepared to take on in terms of questions, concerns, matters in need of consideration, etc. We'll come back to that. So this bit on the MGI's ongoing drone monitoring of solid waste in Cassava Peace, St. Andrew. The Mona Geoinformatics Institute, MGI, is continuing its bi-monthly drone monitoring of solid waste hotspots in the Cassava Peace community of St. Andrew. This effort is part of the participatory solid waste management project led by Island City Lab, a local nonprofit organization dedicated to addressing critical urban issues in Jamaica and globally. So they use what is called UAV technology, otherwise known as drones, to map solid waste hotspots, creating geospatial visualizations of waste accumulation throughout different seasons. Using drones for solid waste mapping offers numerous benefits, including increased speed and efficiency, cost effectiveness, improved accessibility, low cost, high resolution data, real-time data collection, enhanced safety, easy data integration, and accurate environmental monitoring. And there's a picture of the situation at that moment when this photo was taken. And so MGI's skilled drone operators are available to provide drone photography services across the island and can deliver high quality aerial imagery, videos, models, and maps tailored to your specific needs. As we continue with more on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, and taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And remember the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. But in the meantime, you're free to give us a call on 876-922-4112 to 5. And just a reminder, listeners, I'm not on radio 24 hours a day. So, and since you know the hours I work, then you would know when it's not appropriate to call. So bear that in mind, please. Thank you very much. All right, let's continue with more on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM. Good afternoon to Mike Montgomery. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you as well, Jessica, for your message. And for all the others on and online and offline, we thank you for your cooperation and understanding. In the meantime, we take your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So this technology that has been introduced, drone technology, looks like we can learn more than just a thing or two, the extent to which this technology is able to capture the data that is also shared with the clients or the general public. So these Mona Geoinformatics Institute ongoing drones have been and continue to monitor solid waste in Cassava Peace, St. Andrew. And that's their aerial pictures, AERIAL pictures. And we did put in a few bytes of information. For those who would like to learn more, you can go to monagis.com, monagis.com, and get more information on how to acquire those devices that can then be used in service to our fellow citizens. So that's a good one coming out of the independence celebrations and the use of drone technology for all kinds of fascinating visual operations. Quite impressive. And so that word is getting around, and we would imagine more individuals will want a piece of the action. And Right. So we leave that there for the time being. In the meantime, the lines are open 876 922 4112 to 5. The text line 876 365 3346 876 365 3346. And this from Mr. McDonald as well, showing us a different or additional technology in terms of asking Meta AI for ideas and info. So, any curious youngster with access to this technology will want to start learning about the technology and to see if they can be onboarded in one way or another. Well, we don't know, but you know Mona GIS, so just Google Mona GIS and you can get more information there. And also, we'd like to salute. I'm sure this is uh, this is Andy Ballantyne. I believe this is his work, and those are also on display in this photo. There are so many individuals who are coming forth with respect to their creations. A lot of people who weren't, you didn't know before, were artists, fine artists, are now coming forward. People who you didn't know before who are authors and publishers. We're now finding out who those are and the extent to which they impact our lives. More after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30. For the best in high quality footwear, accessories, and professional service, Sally's Shoe Store is your answer. They have been satisfying your needs for dress shoes, school shoes, athletic shoes, and work shoes for over 50 years. With 5 stores downtown King Street, Southern Village, Portmore, Prairie Plaza, Halfway Tree, Boulevard Super Center, Pembroke Hall, and Cumberland Road, Spanish Town. Or shop online at SammysJA.com. Sammys, the shoe people will be here to meet your back to school needs for another 50 years. How much do you know about spices and the impact they have on your everyday life? Join us every first and third Thursday during Farm Talk with Althea McKenzie at 6:18 a.m. for Spice Up Jamaica. We'll give you tips, tidbits, and interviews about the revitalization and sustainability of the Jamaican spices, including ginger, turmeric, and pimento. That's Spice Up Jamaica every first and third Thursday at 6:18 a.m. during Farm Talk with Althea McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM. Spice Up Jamaica is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture Food for Progress Jamaica Spices Project.
Now, this is a pleasant surprise. Here's a message from Pastor Patrick Perrin. He says, "Dear Brother Dervan," and then he goes off speaking French. He says, "Bonjour, non, bon après-midi," assuming that you are en Paris. I enjoyed the Grand Gala immensely, in spite of some glitches which I detected. Impressed I am with the women of the police services. Oh, that was quite something on show as well inside the National Stadium. And let's see. Okay, all right, Pastor Perrin, we'll check on that information that you have sent, and we will see what we're able to do in that regard. Thank you very much for connecting. Thank you for your message and all the very best. Thank you. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number. And we encourage your calls on 876-922-4112-5. And there is WhatsApp, where the WhatsApp line 876-365-3346. 365-3346. We see Richie Nibar, one of our regular listeners, is promoting. Let's see what he has here. Moesha's Empowerment and Guidance Program and Richie's Foundation presenting annual back to school treat. And this is scheduled for Saturday, the 24th of August at 11 o'clock in the morning at Windward Road. Doesn't specifically, let's see. Windward Road. Okay. So that's Richie Nibar. Good to hear from you, Richie Nibar. It's been a while. Thank you for your message. And let's see who else is messaging us here on both sides of the story. Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And let's see what we have here. Yes, Andy Ballantyne. Andy Ballantyne is an extraordinary fine artist. And from the day he touched down on foreign soil, let's just say foreign soil, he hasn't been back. And such is the nature of the demand for his services. Amazing. I'm not exaggerating. From that day when he told us of plans that he had, and what we're seeing now, he is in demand, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing. Well done, Andy Ballantyne. Well done. So, Timeless Fashion Exhibition by Andy Ballantyne. Congratulations to him and all the very best. And Mike from Belplain, Clarendon, still online. And others who are just tuning in, thank you. And thank you very much. MH in Albion, St. Thomas says, Happy Independence Day. That was yesterday. We have not achieved what we set out to do in 1962, but with the help of God, we will. And I say we can do anything we set our minds and hearts to. We can do it if we are Jamaicans. Peace and love. Have a wonderful day, MH. Same to you, MH. Take care. And we're hearing as well from Diana McIntyre Pike. She says Treasure Beach was the first village both Desmond Henry and herself chose to implement community tourism, which they pioneered in Mandeville at her past small hotel, the Astra, in 1978. The International Institute for Peace through Tourism, IIPT, founder and president Louis Damour discovered Desmond Henry and company in carrying out their work, and this was in the 1980s, and branded Jamaica the home of community tourism, and invited her, she says, to do a presentation at their second global summit in Montreal to share their community tourism program with 700 delegates from more than 70 countries, and formed the IIPT International. That's the organization, Community Tourism Network, the coordinator, and apparently appointed Diana McIntyre Pike, the president of the first IIPT chapter outside the USA, which was the Caribbean chapter. Since then, the IIPT agreed to include the Caribbean as a partner, to include the Caribbean as a partner on board, as a partner with the home of community tourism. We plan now to develop a marketing program, she says, for local and international visitors to visit the first village, Treasure Beach, of the home of community tourism, which has done an amazing job with the development of community tourism, and also visit Mandeville, its environs. Special mention, she says, to Jason Hensel, Jake's Village, and Brett's. We are proud that the South Coast has embraced community tourism, especially in Bluefields with Keith Wedderburn and Walder Christos, along with Beeston Spring with Astil Gage, and many others to mention. And she says, we wish the area to be developed with boutique accommodation and community attractions to maintain the community lifestyle ambience. For further, and she has shared her email address for further details, village as businesses at yahoo.com. Village as businesses at yahoo.com, and country style tourism at yahoo.com. Country style tourism at yahoo.com. And what's this now? This is somebody saying this is so blatant, it's shameful, it's a disgrace. I'm not sure what this is about, what it's attached to, but it's something worth checking out. And this one says, this is what your brother's keeper is all about. Their health and well-being is of the utmost importance. That's the message we're seeing here. And here's Frank Lawrence. He says, greetings it's a two-part message. Greetings for the Emancipendence season from the Free Village of Sturgetown. The annual Backyard celebrations are still showing the spirit of emancipation. However, says Reverend Dr. Frank Lawrence, personally at age 92 and since 1944, I have been anxiously following Jamaica constitutional changes along the slow and winding road to independence is frustrating. My son, he says, my son was born at the time of independence in 1962, is now a grandfather of 5 descendants. You can see how much my hopes and aspirations are running out regarding full independence and a republic. Like the people who Moses led out of Egypt, a journey that should take 40 days along the wilderness to the promised land. It took 40 years instead. Only two of the original liberated people ended up in the promised land. Hope Jamaica will achieve the long hope and dream of our forefathers and many others by the year 2030. From Reverend Frank Lawrence, who is also known as Free Villager. Thank you for your message, Free Villager. All the best to you. And let's see who else. Audrey Smith says, afternoon, Dervan and listeners everywhere. I don't know whether you have heard the news from over here. We are experiencing a lot of riots and violence at the moment due to those 3 little girls who were stabbed to death a few days ago. What is the world coming to? Take care, everyone. And you do likewise, Audrey Smith in Southampton in the UK. Please take care. And if we'll see if we can connect at some point on air. But first, let's take a break and come back with more on both sides of the story.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. With another chance for you to win a share of millions in the Five to Fortune promotion. Try for the grand prize of $3 billion, weekly prize of $100,000 plus daily prizes. To enter, buy any qualifying hydro feed and text the entry code in the bag for your chance to win a Bagaka in the Hydro Farm to Fortune promotion. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting Gaming and Lotteries Act. Get in on the excitement as our athletes compete for gold in the Paris Summer Olympic Games with live streaming on One Spot Media only in Jamaica. And for your viewing pleasure, there are 8 new sporting channels to choose from. Just log into onespotmedia.com, click live, then select the channel of choice to view the Paris 2024 Games. You can also see exclusive television coverage of the Games in Jamaica on TVJ and TVJSN. It's fast track to Paris 2024 with One Spot Media, TVJ and TVJSN. Find yourself in the gutter in our lonely part of town. Wicked weeds in the darkness with a weapon to cut some stranger down. Sleeping with an empty bottle is a sad and an empty hearted man. All he needs is a job with a little respect so he can get out while he can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Oh, sideshow.
Good afternoon to Miss Evadne. If she's listening, good to have you on board. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Enjoy yourself. I will be in class. Love to all. Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, offshoring most of Jamaican enterprises have caused us massive damage over time. If our governments had managed the assets that were handed over in 1962, we wouldn't be in this situation that we're in today. Our politicians cannot run anything. They would have full employment and creating new jobs on a monthly basis, but instead they are driving around in Toyota Land Cruisers with heavy security forces around them at every step of their journey. Sir Malcolm, what's the cost of the security apparatus of the government, of the Jamaican government? I think they spend more money on security detail than what they budget for the running of the country, in my opinion, says Cuban in Georgia. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, Cuban in Georgia. Here's one from Lee Robinson out of London. And he says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I too am here wishing you and all Jamaican, I think you mean all the best. You cut off. The message drops a bit here. Uh, Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I too am wishing you, all right, let's just say happy Independence Day. Uh, all Jamaicans. All Jamaicans were at a reggae festival at Milton Keynes. I saw babies dressed in their Jamaican colors. We said to our friends, this little country Jamaica is powerful, soft power on the world stage. And that's from Lee Robinson in London. Okay, thank you for your message, Lee Robinson in, was that London? Yes. Thank you very much. Keep those messages coming in on your program, both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. Norman Hines says, blessed afternoon, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and listeners. To you too, Norman Hines. Thank you very much for your message. And let's see who else is going to be messaging us. And Richie Nibar, well, he sent us a message. And we have read that message already, Richie Nibar. Thank you very much. The numbers to call once again, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Whatever is on your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions, your issues, your concerns, your questions. Looking forward to your calls. 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And we'll share a bit of history with you now. 1824 was the year. Eminent artist and photographer Adolphe Duperley arrived in Kingston. On this day in 1824, Adolphe Armand Désiré Duperley was born in Paris In 1801, the son of Jean-François Duperlé and his wife Elizabeth, Adolphe Duperlé left France for Haiti, where he taught lithography before traveling on to Jamaica by way of Santiago de Cuba. Soon after arriving in Jamaica, Duperlé set up his studio to become a pioneer of the photographic art. Adolphe Duperlé is best known for his 1844 set of 24 Jamaican scenes called Daguerrean Excursions in Jamaica. These pictures were lithographs on stone taken faithfully from the daguerreotype that was a precursor process of what was to become photography as we know it today. The daguerreotype was invented in 1839 in France, and Duperlé was one of the first to use the process. Adolphe Duperlé died in Kingston on February 4, 1864, and was buried in the churchyard of Holy Trinity Church in Kingston. In 1833, he published a lithograph depicting the 1831 Christmas Rebellion, and in 1838, a lithograph depicting emancipation celebrations in Kingston. He produced Isaac Belisario's sketches of character in illustration of the Negro population of Jamaica. He established his photographic firm in Jamaica in, according to advertisements, 1840 or 1842. In the mid-1840s, he published a series of lithographs from his advertisements, from his own daguerreotypes of Jamaican scenes. The photograph business was continued by Adolphe's eldest son, or possibly his grandson, Armand John Louis or Louis Duperlé. Armand married Rebecca and Demarest of Boston, who died in 1910. Two of his sons worked in the photographic business, Armand John Louis Duperlé and Théophile John Baptiste Duperlé. The firm received an honorable mention at the Paris exhibition of 1867 and the gold medal at the Jamaica exhibition of 1891. Armand John Louis died in 1903 in the United States. His body was returned to Jamaica for burial. He left his share of the business to his wife, but to be managed by his father and brother. In 1907, the firm's original premises was destroyed in the Great Fire and earthquake. Théophile also lost his right hand in the disaster. However, by 1909, the business had a studio at 85 King Street in downtown Kingston. The business appears to have closed by 1922. Théophile John Baptiste Duperlé died in 1933. There is possibly a family connection with H.S. Duperlé and his son, Charles Sylvester, who were also photographers in Jamaica. On August 11, 1832, Adolphe Duperlé married Louise Denno, who was daughter of Joseph Denno and Marie Charlotte Bouilly, a Haitian Creole. The Denno family originally came from the parish of Saint-Brice near Bordeaux in southwest France. That is why Denno is spelled Desnoes, but pronounced Denos. It's a French name. The most famous Denno in Jamaica was Eugene Denno of Denno and Geddes, DNG for short, the soft drink people. Eugene Peter Denno and Thomas Hargreaves Geddes founded Denno and Geddes in 1918. They have given the world the many flavors of DNG sodas and the great Jamaican Red Stripe beer. We'll come back to more, perhaps a little later on. But in the meantime, let's check in with some more messages. Joan in Bermuda says, well, she's celebrating. She says, our first gold in Paris Olympics 2024, record breaking gold from Roger Stoner. Record breaking gold from Roger, Roje, Stoner, Stona. Our first gold in Paris Olympics 2024. That information communicated to us by Joan Richardson in Bermuda. And she speaks of a record-breaking gold from Roger Stoner. Thank you for sharing, Joan Richardson. All the very best. And we're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So keep those messages and calls coming in here on both sides of the story, Paro 106 FM. All right, we did promise you an interview. We're going to get that done. Okay. All right, so we'll come back to that in a moment. Okay, thanks.
Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast Group of Companies is
3 o'clock. Looking to take your agricultural business to the next level? New growth opportunities are here with the Development Bank of Jamaica. Small farmers, agri-processors, and all MSMEs in the agriculture sector can access up to $30 million in loans. Visit us at www.dbankjm.com or send us a WhatsApp text message at 876-371-3830 to find out about our agri-based loans. Conditions apply.
tell a farmer, tell a friend, let the EBJ have something for them. All right, we are trying to build back better.
Find yourself in the gutter in a lonely part of town. Wicked waits in the darkness with a weapon to cut some stranger down. Sleeping with an empty bottle, it's a sad and an empty heart. All he needs is a job and a little respect to get out while he can. We always need to hear. Here we are all gathered in what seems to be the center of the storm.
she could sing over this song. And right away I got excited. Hello, Joan Andrea always been asking me, Candy, like me, Candy.
She might just say.
So I said, okay, no problem. It's coming from Joan, it means a lot. It says something. And so I humbly accepted. And so had the DJ, yeah, he tried, and we tried with him. It wasn't really what Joan wanted. And so Joan said, Candy, you can, I was like, all right, no problem, me try a thing. I said, yeah, I tried a thing. And this is the song today.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Thank you.
I wonder, did you both feel the same thing? If not at the same time, at that point when it came home to you, what had just happened?
I think so, because we were together in studio, and while they're recording, I'm just screaming in the background saying, oh my God, I'm really feeling this. Just Candy sit down, as I'm saying, sit down like a lizard on a limb, on the rhythm. Sit down on the rhythm like a lizard on a limb.
The excitement, we turned right up.
Yeah.
Right up. I was so excited, and then Joe kept saying, yeah, sure, you're not going to go,
Trust me. No, she's wonderful. When she switches to the DJ, it's like, oh, what? Yeah. She's really good. She is.
She was another side to me. Yeah. You know, the little off stage girl. You know, and many people don't know that I'm not bad.
Yeah.
It's the off stage side of like a down to earth side, you know.
And there's a word in the song, Dervan. The word is, tell him what the word is, Candy.
Jazz swing.
This is jazz swing, right?
Yeah.
Now, in 2008, when I wrote the song, I created the word jazz swing. Instead, I've trademarked it now, right? Mm-hmm. I created the word jazz swing. So you see, it's J-A as in Jamaica, but it's also J-A as in Gematria.
Oh,
right? Jazz swing. That's it. And see, it says the Simia Jamaican spirit. You know that, we take up space everywhere we go. Simia. So it's jazz swing, the Simia Jamaican spirit. Yeah.
Did you manage to get any of those shirts to Paris?
No, listen, I did it. It took me like about a week. Okay. I just said, so I got the shirts produced. I'm hoping that if I can find someone to sponsor it. So when the athletes come back, I would love to give every single athlete a shirt that says jazz swing, the Simia Jamaican spirit.
Yeah.
Because I'm celebrating them.
On Saturday, not Saturday, Monday night for the Men of Our Own show. Proudly, yeah.
I've been wearing mine every day. I think people think I don't have any more clothes. But I really want us to celebrate our athletes, because I find that sometimes, they don't do so well, or they don't do what we expect them to do, and we're so hard on them. We're so hard.
We're hard.
Yeah, man. I'm saying, they probably feel bad about it too. Mm-hmm. So why are we going to compound it and make it worse? It's just slap at them all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Were you involved in sorry?
And understand that they're human too.
That's right.
And they have emotions like us.
Yeah, you're asking?
Thanks, Candy. Stay where you are. I just want to find out from Joan Andrea if she ever did any track and field.
I used to play tennis.
Okay.
Tennis was my thing. And believe it or not, I used to do gymnastics at St. Andrew High School, first, second, and third form. Oh, yes. I could split and I could cartwheel and I could kinpupalik and all those things. Oh, yes. First, second, and third form at St. Andrew High School. Yeah. And trust me, my favorite athlete of all time, Simone Biles. I just love Simone Biles.
Out of this world.
Out of this world. She is out of this world, man. Yeah. Jamaica, when I say she's short and tuku, she's short and thumper. She's not your typical gymnast body. But look at what she has done. She's amazing. She's amazing. She's amazing.
So. And what would you say of your description of Camila?
Give me that. As an athlete?
Yeah.
Hear me fast with you. No, as a singer, her vocal range is wonderful. And I'm telling you, when she goes down to the DJ, whoa, I'm like, where did that come from? You know, it's like, wow, you know, I mean, she is just full of surprises, you know. But what I love, you know, the music is great and all that. But what I love is the lyrics of the song. As I said,
Hold on, let's come back to the lyrics of the song right after this break, please. Listeners, Camila Isaacs and Joan Andrea Hutchinson with us on both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
yeah,
Power
what's it?
106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we are delighted to have in studio with us Joan Andrea Hutchinson. And we are equally delighted to have joining us on the line Camila Candy Isaacs. And she is the first, there are a couple of firsts in terms of being able to achieve this output in your case, Candy. What does that feel like? Tell us a little more, please.
It's a big deal for me, and being the first female visually impaired person to win the festival song competition, the first visually impaired person in Jamaica and the Caribbean to graduate from the Ednaman College with a degree in jazz and popular music studies. The first person to take on you fill us all with pride, both singing and DJing. It is an accomplishment for me. It is a humbling experience. And all I can say is to God be all glory, honor, and praise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for God, I don't know. I don't know if I think it's what do I say? If it wasn't for God, I don't know what would have happened. I think the gift of versatility is what God has blessed me with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think without God, I'll be able to switch, as according to June, so seamlessly from singing to DJing.
Yeah.
Right. So all power, all glory, all honor, and praise belongs to
Yes.
God.
Sorry. Now, earlier on, you were mentioning timing, Joan Andrew.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
Mhm.
perfect because I was mentioning to you in the break that this song was done in 2008. We've had 3 Olympics since then.
Mhm.
I've tried every time Olympics come around, I try to push out the song and I try to encourage people to listen, but not enough people don't mind. You know, as I keep saying, because I really have no credibility as a songwriter. Nobody knows of me as a songwriter, though I've written a number of songs and jingles and that kind of thing. But nobody knows me as a songwriter, so nobody knows people know that. So, I mean, if I had written something that said, you know, bumpy head, gal, fall back on me, trust me, the journalists and everybody would have grabbed it a long time and run with it. But Jonah Hutchinson writes song, them people know mine. So they really have not, you know, nobody has paid it any attention.
Yes.
So this time round with Candy doing the song, though, it's getting some attention. And I've taken the time to now go and register my record label. So it's actually distributed on the Bumpy Head label. It's a Bumpy Head Music.
Yeah.
Bumpy Head Music, you know, because I do have a lot of songs in me. Some of them I've written already and kind of thing. And I'm just going to use it up to notice that putting out the songs, you know. So,
Yeah, let's sing now.
oh, you mean? I have one coming already, man. Soon come. The next one.
So,
But I started to talk to you a bit about the lyrics, you know, and I mean, I feel so strong, you know, like when you listen to the Jamaican national anthem and you realize how wonderful a prayer it is. This is not really a prayer, but it's anthemic. And when I think of it, Jamaican spirit with a heart of gold, athletes so strong, so proud and bold, uniting Jamaicans wherever they are, Jamaican sun, Jamaican star, the blazing and amazing Jamaican team fulfilling for all the Jamaican dream. That's the level and the depth of the lyrics. And I mean, sometimes I listen to it myself and I think, I feel almost pimply sometimes when I listen to it.
Listen, can I just interject?
sure.
It went first week when they kept playing the song. Me have to pick up my phone and call Joan and say, Joan, you know, here's where we go the song.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt such joy. I felt such pride, you know, not because it's me singing it, but the lyrics, as Joan had mentioned, the lyrics, it's so, it speaks volume.
It's powerful, I think so. And the chorus says,
and it is anthemic.
Yeah.
That is what I love about it. Joan Bominala, you went deep.
Yeah. I was all the way in Edmonton and missing Jamaica and seeing everything on the TV, the Olympics, and it just came, you know. The chorus says, you spread your wings, your spirit cannot hide. You run your race with God as your guide. Green, black, and gold, the victory in your stride. You fill us all with pride. I mean, deep, man, deep. I might work, but I think it deep, nice.
It's very, very deep.
And I have to ask you again. I think we touched on it already about the shirt.
So
and
the song starts, which says, "What is it? Ride through with your jazz swing." And the song mentions the word jazz swing. As I say, I coined the word. I even have a movement for the word. But you know, it's jazz swing. It's that kind of, you know, in your face Jamaican attitude. I wish I could have found some dancers to say, come do the jazz swing dance. By the time the athletes come back and they start to have events to promote, to support, you know, to celebrate the athletes when they come back. I wish we would have a jazz swing dance. By then I can show them the first two moves and then they can take it with them. But I just want us to celebrate our athletes and love on them a little more, because I don't think they feel good because we really are bashing them a lot. We beat up on them too much, man. We cannot run, most of us. We cannot do nothing. But we beat up on the athletes a little too much, you know. So let me see one too.
I think honestly, Joan, that the and Dervan, that, you know, the big celebration that they had for them when them win them goal and all of that, them to keep it just as big.
Yeah.
Make it just as big. Make them feel just as special, you know.
Yeah. Let them know you fill us all with pride. Win, lose, or draw, you fill us all with pride. That's what I want. I'm hoping somebody will take it and run with it, you know? I mean, yeah.
Well, that's where I was going next to ask. So, what's the plan going forward?
Me don't know, me hoping. I mean, you know, I've used my own finances and done the line of t-shirts kind of thing, but I can't give everybody. Everybody says, oh, I love a t-shirt, give me one. I can't give everybody. I would love to produce t-shirts and give to every athlete that says jazz swing, you know, the Simia Jamaican spirit, and nice, beautiful colors. And, you know, wherever I go, the response to the shirt is really, really quite nice. And just, you know, we greet each other, jazz swing, you know, it's that feeling of, Simia, jazz swing. You know,
so you were in Edmonton as well?
Yeah. There was some Jamaica. I think it was some Jamaican celebrations, and they had actually invited me to perform. My wonderful friend Winston Bell was there at the same time, you know. So we were chatting a lot, and when I wrote the song, you know, I made him listen to it and thing, and he loved it as well, you know. So yeah.
And it's been quite a while too.
Yeah. This was 2008.
Yes, you did
Bird
say that.
Nest. When they had the Bird Nest in Beijing. Yeah. And we've had 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020. Next Olympics come around again, and the song is as fresh as ever. Like it right yesterday.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Right. So for you, Candy, what are your thoughts going forward?
I'm just running with June. She's leading, and I'm running with her.
Yeah.
That's what it's at right now. Because I am just as excited as she is. Maybe more.
Yeah. We started late. We started really late with the promotion, because it was like, hey, let's do this. And within a couple of days, we were mastering by Gussie Clark, by Anchor. They mastered the song for us, and we, went and.
But then nothing happened
before the time, So, I mean, I'm really hoping that there's a kind of groundswell. I'm hoping people just, go onto the YouTube channel, Don't Pay Music, and find the song, send to other people in the diaspora. I want all diaspora Jamaicans, diaspora-based Jamaicans to just, say, hey, you fill us all with pride and send that energy to our athletes, man, instead of just constantly beating them up,
Yes.
They're making us proud.
And you continue to minister as you normally do, Candy.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
This girl is so talented. She's so talented, and we have another song for you, Dande. Soon call you. Yeah, man. As Olympics done, I throw you back into the studio.
That feeling that you felt, had you ever felt it before?
No, because no. Because I haven't had a singer do the song. I mean, that's not true. We had two singers and a DJ and a group of kids do the song in 2008. And again, it was last minute. Because I come up with these ideas in the middle of the night, and then in 2 days it's done. I'm kind of like that. I don't eat, don't sleep, just bam, 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 and I get it done. But I'm really excited about Candy because trust me, the whole thing of one person doing all the parts. Before it was one singer, second singer, and DJ, and then the children. Now it's one singer doing everything, and she's just amazing. I'm just trust me, Candy, me have work for you, man. We have more song for you. Trust me.
Ready for you, John. Ready. Set the lead.
And
Indeed.
What about general reactions from other performers?
It has been great. It has been overwhelming. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to ask myself, is this really me? I remember when I was announced as the festival song winner, and I went up and I stood beside Minister Grange, and I had to ask her, am I dreaming? Because it just felt like a dream. And up until that point, the reality didn't hit that, hello, you say win, but you're not really pre the thing, as what people say. You're not really, in a second. And not until at Melbourne when I heard them playing the song at the end of the show, and then everybody came running to me and saying, oh, Candy, congratulations. Artists, performers coming to me, girl, we love your song, we know it better. I got teary-eyed. I finally came to realization that, hello, it is you. It is you. I do win. So the reaction from the performers, other artists, and as well as performances that I've done has been really overwhelming, and God be praised.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm pleased. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm pleased. I'm happy with God's timing. And sometimes you just have to be patient. Yeah, we're waiting. Whenever we pray and tell God what we want, and then we try to tell God what time we must do it, and how we must do it. You understand? We claim let go and let God, but we still try lead God. When we let go and lead God, I try to tell him do it this way. Sometimes if you back off and just make God do his thing. I mean, this thing took so long, but now it's here, and I think it's the right time. Candy's the right person, and this is the right time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, looking forward to greater things.
Yeah, man.
So am I.
Mm-hmm.
So am I. So are we, June?
Yeah,
Yes.
indeed. And people have been hearing the song. I even got someone call me from Australia because somebody put it in a WhatsApp group, and this Australian called to say, "Oh my goodness, I love this song. I love this song." So,
The
I
age
even
of
got a
social
forwarded
media.
message. Somebody
exactly.
forwarded to me and said, "Listen, I got this." And I'm like, "What?
Yeah,
Okay."
yeah,
So the song I make Williams.
yeah, man. Making
Yeah,
waves, making
right.
waves, making waves.
All
Yep.
right. Well, for now,
Thank you for
this is
having
it.
us.
It's been a
Yes.
pleasure,
It's been my
and
pleasure being here.
we're gonna play the song from start to finish.
Mm-mm.
It's not that one.
Oh, that's festival song.
It's not that. Mm-mm. What did I
That's the
choose?
festival song. I thought you were going to play
Yes.
"You Fill Us All with Pride," which is the
1 sec.
God's mercy is
Is
near,
that it?
it's like a
that's
breath of
festival
fresh
song.
air. So let's
You, you fill us with
You Fill Us
pride,
All with Pride.
all with pride. Mm. Pick
That's the festival song.
Okay.
This is it.
Jamaican spirit with a heart of gold. Athletes so strong, so proud and bold. Uniting Jamaicans wherever they are. Jamaica sun, Jamaica star. The blazing and amazing Jamaica team. Fulfilling for all the Jamaican dream. The world celebrates, shout and shout. We name Jamaica, everybody jump out. When they look and see how you do your ting ting, how you light up the place with just swing swing. Pride and joy in me heart, where you bring, up on your chest, and where they put your flame. Spread your wings, your spirit cannot hide. You run your race with God as your guide. Green flag and gold, the victory in your stride. You fill us all with pride. Sometimes when you put on tiny block, the whole of them are dead from shock. You have the talent, the speed and the strength. Thinking the whole of them are good and kill it. They want to know how you train and what you eat. And the cassava and the yam and make you breathe. But that a few secrets so make them fresh. Cause they ain't seen nothing yet. You spread your wings, your spirit cannot hide. You run your race with God as your guide. Green flag and gold, the victory in your stride. You fill us all with pride. So when you look back, what you do, your ting, oh, you light up the place with just swing. Pride and joy in me heart, where you bring, and by your chest, and where they put your blame. Spread your wings, your spirit cannot hide. You run your race with God as your guide. Green and gold, the victory in your stride. You fill us all with pride. Spread your wings, your spirit cannot hide. You run your race with God
It's a hit
as
studio
your
video.
guide.
Yeah.
The hit is not on your 24 hours. Your studio is empty. You know, on your 24 hours.
I don't know if they're attending a meeting. There was one this morning. I don't know if there's the other one. But they do have. Indeed, to the world. Yeah, it's a kind of recording that can transport you to another level, another place, and it gets the heart pumping even more. so many expectations and the pride and the joy and so on. Really great feeling. Well done, well done, well done to you and Miss Camila. Who else, Camila? Who else we need to say shout out to?
Sydney.
We have to say shout out to Sydney, the producer. Yes.
And a ranger as well.
And a ranger, right?
Yeah.
And we have to say shout out to the background vocalist, Regina, Rashida, and Angel.
And listen to this interesting fact. The two of the background vocalists, when we did it in 2008, and I told we used a lot of school children, two of the background vocalists were were part of the school group. So they would have been like 8 or 9 years old at the time. Yeah. That's from 2008, and they are now the background vocalists here. Yeah. Life, man. Everything is just lining up. Yeah, perfectly. Perfect.
Excellent. All right, well, what I say? The saying, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Yeah. But when I turn, as I say, when I go, we turn back.
That's right.
We just turn back.
That's right. But seriously though, we're really happy for this.
I wish I could find a way to send it to the athletes so that they could hear it. It's interesting because I was telling somebody last night they were on a to them here, right? Right? Years ago.
Yes, I have a few of your publications.
Years ago, I actually won a Jammy Award. You know Jammy?
Yes,
right?
yes.
I won a Jammy Award when the Reggae Boys qualified for France in
1998.
Yeah, I actually wrote a dub piece, switching back and forth between French and Jamaican patois. And I remember Simo's loved it so much, so he actually took it to France and he had it playing in the village and that kind of thing. So I wish I could find a way to get this to the athletes to say, hey, you fill us all with pride. No matter what is happening, you fill us all with pride.
Okay, anybody out there, we need to get this one.
Yeah.
To Paris.
Yeah, and anybody want to sponsor printing shirts for all of the athletes? How many athletes we have gone to Paris? You have the number?
No, I don't have the exact number.
But it's approximately what you think?
It's a few.
70? 50, 60, somewhere there. I wish I could just give all of them a t-shirt that says the Simia Jamaican spirit, because that's what they have.
Yes.
When they get out there, they're full of heart and pride, man. We feel so good when we see them. We feel so good when we see them. Yeah, man, so thanks for having us. Yeah.
Sure, anytime.
Yeah, I hope your listeners like the song, hope they like it. And if you like it, Bumpy Head Music, YouTube, go check it out and send the song on to other people as we celebrate our athletes. We have to celebrate them.
Absolutely. And thank you very much, Candy.
Thank you for having me, sir. It's my pleasure.
Likewise.
All right, we'll talk with more, Candy.
Yeah, man, cool.
Okay.
Thank
yes,
you.
indeed. You're welcome.
Yes, to you. I'm not a branding in here. I love to take pictures.
The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
22 minutes to 4 o'clock.
Looking to take your agricultural business to the next level? New growth opportunities are here with the development back of Jamaica. Small farmers,
I have to take a picture. It's, I have a little young person salted. Like, can you take a photograph? Can you take a picture for me?
Or send us a WhatsApp text message at
Well, let's use his camera if he has a
to find out about our agri-based loans. Conditions apply.
Nothing wrong with your camera.
No, just wonder if it's better than taking it from over there.
Oh, with the lighting, wherever it's.
Yeah,
Join Dr. Herbert Gates
Wherever the
on
light
this
is, it's a good
If you
place.
don't sit down and make a
so much like we're talking, So Mary, I remember when she had this little lamb and she was
just
walking,
allowing your very best to go. You are
Yeah.
Remember Mary, the girl, she was walking with
and
her
tune
lamb,
in
right?
to Sam
And
and
the fleece,
from
some of it was
Wednesday to
white, some of
Friday.
it was kind of snowy, some of it was black and things.
Good,
Everywhere
decent,
she went, the lamb
honest,
just
hardworking people.
all
What
over
we
her.
are doing
Wow.
here,
They don't
we are
want to
allowing
change it no more.
minority
You come in like a little mean man. You come in like a mean man. If you take 2 pictures picture,
The best
right?
public affairs
We should get the
factor on
microphones, they get me and Dervan together and all those wonderful things. So, and some mere issues, you're walking with the lamb and, you know, the lamb misbehave and things sometimes.
more output, not less.
Yeah, you have a
It's
couple?
Power Talk.
Okay, I must get something out of it. Yeah, yeah.
Identifying challenges and finding
I have a
solutions
public
in a
speaking class to
globalized
go
world.
teach now.
Today,
So,
join us.
and then a Spanish class little later.
What?
Yeah, I left the mic. Well, I'm on contract with from the mic class. So I left the mic last week, so I'm doing all my other things, all my Joe and Graham things. So,
Well done. It's the age for that, actually.
yeah.
And I wasn't talking numerically, but in terms of the time.
Yeah. Part of it too is that my son has just finished university, so I know focusing on my Joe and Graham things. Yeah, just finished university. Yeah.
Well done. All right. Good.
Find yourself in the gutter in our lonely part of town. Wicked waits in the darkness with a weapon to cut some straight down. Sleeping with an empty bottle is a sad and an empty heart man. All he needs is a job, a little respect, so he can get out while he can. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Neighborhood peace is silent. It's the middle of the night. Young faces hide in the shadows while they watch you call out for the fight. He says she says I'm not going to go. The brother shrugs to his sister and says, looks like it's just us from now on. Oh, we always need to hear both sides of the story. We need to hear both sides of the story. And the lights are all on, no one is watching now. We will give you truth, we must not fail now. Be sure, before we close our eyes, walk away from here till you hear the signs. No, no, no. Here we are all gathered in what seems to be the center of the storm. Neighbors once friendly now stand aside of the line that has been drawn. They've been fighting in years, but now it's killing on the streets. While smoke coffins are lined up sadly, now united in defeat. Oh, we always need to hear both sides of the story. Well, the lights are all on, the world is watching now.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world as we continue to celebrate Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Joan Andrea Hutchinson, Camelia Candy Isaacs, and I knew I would forget that name, sorry. Sydney. Surname escapes me at the moment. Sydney Thorpe, I believe. All the best to you as well. Great. All right. So right now we are continuing with today's edition of your program, Both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Oh, let's take the break and come back.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious calling program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live. Amen. You shall be a living testimony here on the Lord's side.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
We always need to both sides of the story.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. So we had the pleasure of the company, virtually speaking, of Camellia Candy Isaacs, becoming the first visually impaired Jamaica Festival song winner. And we're also quite honored and humbled to be in the company of Joan Andrea Hutchinson as well. Thank you all so much for your work. All the very best. Let's clear a few of these messages, please. Going down the line. Valerie Weller-Peck says, good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, Valerie Weller-Peck. Faye Weller says, I'm here watching. And she says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and faithful listeners. Natalie Winter says, hey, Dervan, watching from Washington Gardens, Kingston, Jamaica. Pleasant viewing all. Thank you very much for watching. Garfield McCook, otherwise known as Gary G., is in touch with us online as well, saying happy independence to the greatest island in the Caribbean, says Garfield Gary G. McCook. And Norman Hines in touch as usual. And let's see. Let's go to some other messages, go down the line. And J.M. Master Songwriter says, I am Miss B. Greetings, Mr. Malcolm. Greetings to you too. Thank you for your messages. We appreciate that. And all the very best to you and all the others who are watching. May you keep in touch with us. Here is a message from Franklin MacDonald. He says, greetings, Dervan. I'm a little disappointed that you did not mention that it was in the due early photo studio that the famous photographs of George William Gordon and Paul Bogle were taken. I didn't know that, Mr. MacDonald. Now I know. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing the information as usual. And let's see who else is messaging us. This one from Cuban in Georgia saying, Sir Malcolm, it's good to hear the voice of Joan, Andrea, and Candy. It's a breath of fresh air, he says. Thank you very much, Cuban in Georgia, for your message. Here's another message. This looks like more than one message. Please. Da, 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 da. This one says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. I just want to know what happened to Alexander Henry, who sung the song, Please Be True in 1974. Hope someone can tell me more about this singer. Please play his song from Patrick Howell. Patrick, we'll have to check that and get back to you. Sorry about that. We'll check and get back to you. And in the meantime, we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And let's see what else we have here. Since it's the season, we're in the hurricane season. Just a reminder, a hurricane hit Jamaica on this day in 1832. I just thought we'd share that with you. And the Moravian missionary who came to Jamaica in 1870, Reverend Heinrich Walder, died on this day in 1895. He gave devoted service to church and community for more than a quarter of a century. An architect and builder, Reverend Heinrich Walder established churches at Walderston, Mizpah, and Riches. He also introduced a land settlement scheme for the people, in this way improving their living conditions. Heinrich Walder's name lives on in Walderston, Manchester. In fact, Walderston was first known as Watson Gate and later Walder Town. The place name in memory of him was finally changed to Walderston. Walderston. Let's jump to 1905. One of the many Jamaicans who worked on the Panama Canal, Emmanuel Everard Cohen Henriquez, Manny, arrived in Panama on this day in 1905, and the date on his employment application was August 7, 1905. He gave as his home address 88 East Street in Kingston, Jamaica. Also, Germany invaded France on this day in 1914. 1954, let's see, on October 29, 1954, Hensel Flash of 10 13th Street in Denham Town was awarded damages of £20 and £2.5 for costs in court because Hazel Shirley, to whom he was engaged on June 20, 1954, returned his ring on this day in 1954, telling him he was too ugly for her to marry. This is for real. We're not doing it for comedy. But it seems back then they were so blunt, they didn't beat around the bush. Straight up. Take back your ring. Uh-oh. Let's continue with more on Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Blessed noon.
Blessed noon. How are you? How was the trip?
Oh, we do take that trip here, come here, you still there. And it's all black sons and daughters must return home to a continent of our own. So I go on differently.
Well, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while. It's been ages. Where have you been?
Man, I told you it's like a evening gone, So we are here, advocating and demanding our right to our nationality, Africa, to the Africans, those at home and us abroad, All of us as black people find ourselves born in Jamaica here, and the Caribbean. So, I say Jamaica Information Service, then right up say, His Majesty Jamaican Ship and Marcus Garvey, and name it up, he said ship. You get that information? Or you see not like that?
HMS, his.
Okay. I'm listening.
Hold on. Let me see something here. It's HMS, His Majesty's Ship.
True. Jamaican ship, and you name it Marcus Garvey also, the JDF.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
This maritime vessel, what the matter about. So, we give thanks to Emancipation Day, and we're calling upon King Charles and his Prime Minister Andrew Holness, see, and the head of the JDF, who we hear attack say, they want to, this vessel, to operate in inspiration of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and the inspiration of Garvey is a Back to Africa movement, 7 miles of black starliner, the I black people return home to Africa to build a black independent continent of our own. See it? So that is the true inspiration of Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
When you say the man named the ship after him, so the head of the JDF,
Okay.
So we want to make Prime Minister Andrew Holness and King Charles, who is the King of Jamaica here, say, and not just security purpose on here the matter about. Jamaica waters, It's bigger than that, And I see it. And not just security. We want 7 or 9 miles of Black Star Island, one boat. No one little boat about Jamaica water to security to Jamaica water.
Yes.
We want 7 or 9 miles of high water boat to return home to Africa from King Charles and the Prime Minister Andrew Holness. They must hurry up and get us out of this place. I know I'm saying want to move away from the British, but I just politics in my run. Their name, we should have asked you if you didn't know okay, this ship name His Majesty Jamaican Ship.
His Majesty's.
Marcus Garvey.
Well, I'm not seeing Marcus Garvey's name at the moment, but
by time you read
it says His Majesty's Jamaican Ship, Norman Manley. It's HMJS.
You soon see that one that still has someone will tell about it, not that reading there. So anyway, when I say differently, we are called upon these people, to set us free, because we see Jamaica celebrate a country with a black population, celebrate Emancipation Day just the other day. The same Prime Minister set up back the people them to a British sovereignty on the 6th of August, 63 years where a British monarch rule and reign over Jamaica, a country with a black population. So him go have a big ganga, a stadium for that. The white men interest, the British interest. So these people don't mean us no good, because them work for the black oppressors them. Them are the black oppressors them.
They might tell you otherwise. What about those who would say, what are you talking about? Not I.
Not I? Oh. Innocent no longer. The Thomas deny when he saw the and defeat decide. So we see them and we see them works, word and work. If we don't believe them to them word, we believe them to them works when we see them perform in our very eyes here, So we calling upon them to set us free, because it's above us independent. Because the true definition of the word independence, it means free from outside control and not subject to another authority. And the black population here is subject to a British authority, a British sovereignty, you know, a constitutional monarchy system of government. So how comes we independent? You know, or them say them independent. You know? So I just a brainwash education thing I go on. Make we stand in the strength and pride of an African sovereignty, as Marcus Garvey shows and Rastafari, you know, stand in one black unity as a people, you know, under the banners of the red, gold, and green, and the red, black, and green for the future, you know. Turn to ourselves, you know. Because without Garvey and Rastafari, there's colonialism and imperialism, pure darkness. You can't see no light of our black self, you know. So make we turn on to our Africanness, our Ethiopianness, black pride, black culture, you know, black consciousness, black integrity, black government, black parliament, you know, black kingdom, black empire, most sides, that's Jah, Rastafari. So make we build our faith to return home to Africa, because Jamaica don't mean us no good. See, Prime Minister Andrew Holness introduced that Jamaica is America's backyard, and he will always support America, you know? A leader of a country with a black population, with all the wickedness with America, England, and them do it, as a people, where we still have to celebrate emancipation day and no freedom. And he must say, we're not going to follow these people, lynch, burn with beat, and lynch, you know? So our Commonwealth leaders, they are just the cheers, you know, who take side and recognize King Charles as the head of the Commonwealth. The whole of them are just general them, you know.
All right, we have to run. We're past the break. You hear? Thank you for the call. All right, take care.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4:02 on Power 106.
the Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Find yourself in the gutter in our lonely part of town. Wicked waits in the darkness with a weapon to cut some stranger down. Sleeping with an empty bottle, he's a sad and an empty-hearted man. All he needs is a job, a little respect, so he can get out while he can.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello? Okay. Thank you very much for staying on the line. Let's go ahead now. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, my professor.
Good afternoon, Sir Neville.
Can you call into Dervan?
Really?
Yeah, when you look in France
Mm.
and you see what transpiring in the French Olympics, then you know that there are some satanic minds among us.
Can you be a little more specific in terms of why you have drawn or how you have drawn that conclusion?
When you look
Yes.
What they did with the picture of the Passover of Christ,
Oh.
that show you that they are satanic. And now they are telling the world, you know that some people sue them over it, right? And they say you can't sue them because that drawing of Jesus that people have been glorifying all along about Jesus was actually a drawing by Michelangelo, and it was a lie. That's what the French is saying in the Olympic organizers.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the type of, look in the stands of the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
you can see that the French government is promoting Satanism.
Oh.
And you can't call female and male. Those genders are not anymore. You can call anybody a female and anybody a male now. You know? What a world we live in, Dervan.
Yes, indeed.
Dervan.
Mm-hmm.
Dervan.
Yes, Mr. Carter.
There's a ship. By the way, good afternoon to everybody out there. There's a ship.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Yeah, there's a ship that was launched by the Prime Minister about 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
A new ship is named something like King Charles ship Marcus Garvey. I don't know if you're picking up that on your internet at the time, but there's a ship that name. His Majesty King Charles, something to that effect, Marcus Garvey.
Yes, it is. It is. Let's tell you what it is. Are we not seeing it? We just had it up a while ago. Disappeared so quickly. Okay, let me try this. Just coming back to you. Let's keep it going. This is Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm just trying to retrieve a story that we had brought up earlier on. Right, so this JDF gets new offshore patrol vessel. Mr. Carter? Mr. Carter, are you there? Yes, so it's the story is, yeah, it's called, the ship is called His Majesty's Jamaican Ship, Norman Manley.
No, there's one with Marcus Garvey in money.
I'm going through, not seeing that right now.
Recent Dervan, so probably they don't post it yet. But notwithstanding that, I want to do some maths video this afternoon. Hello?
I'm listening.
You know, mathematics is the most important subject on earth, right? Anything that uses calculation. And what I would suggest out here for those parents who buy the books for the children who are going back to school in September, start allowing them to do a chapter or 2 out of each book before they go back to school, trying to give them a head start. You hear that, man?
Yes, my niece is there actually, meaning she was telling me in the vehicle over the weekend that that's what she plans to do, ensure that she is ahead.
That is a very good strategy in order to help with the children self-esteem, the time management, stress management, so that they can build on that as they go along. Yeah, Dervan. Dervan, one of the things that Jamaica is 62-year-old now, right? And when you look at the statistics at the Ministry of Health, they are telling you that the number one killers of the Jamaican people at the independent 62. Heart disease kill more Jamaican every year than any other disease. And then I'm going to tell you some other diseases that are killing off the Jamaican people, not necessarily in order. Strokes, strokes kill more men last year and this year so far than murder. Stroke.
Yes, I'm aware of the well, not the specific, not the precise numbers, but anecdotally, I have some information there.
High blood pressure, a lot of cancer cause Dervan. I don't know where so much cancer come from. And AIDS-related illness. Did you know that AIDS-related illness killed more Jamaicans in the last year than gunshot?
No, that one, no, I haven't heard that one yet. Just hearing it now.
Murder is number 7 on the list that I checked. Killing the Jamaican people, especially males. I'm going to do some maths video and show you some maths that is fundamentally wrong in the Jamaican economy. You see the hurricane that blew the other day, Dervan,
yes.
It's sending out some serious warning signals to the people of Jamaica and the government that we must pay attention to at 62, you know.
Such as? What are those now?
All right, you see the national ID identification system that they propose?
Yes.
We have to come in a Dervan because the underworld economy of Jamaica is the informal economy. That economy will have to bring into the tax loop so that we have more transparency and accountability in the Jamaican economy. You know? If not, a lot of pensioners are going to be destroyed and sacrificed because of it. And whichever government, if the government and the opposition have to be serious about the national identification system so that everybody who is dealing with touching the money make sure that they are accounting for the money the right way and see where it's supposed to go, you know. Because lot of money not going where it's supposed to go, you know, Dervan. And let me tell you why I said that. You see, during burial, when you look at certain communities like Kingston 13, Walton Park and Hadley Park Road area, when you look at even Portmore where I live, you know that most of the people, small people, taxi men, small household people, middle class, you know that they borrowed money from the loan sharks in the area, Dervan.
Really?
Oh, yes. Oh, so much loan sharks is in Portmore, Dervan. And who owns these loan sharks? Unsecured loan, they're lending out 40,000, 100,000 to go and buy groceries during the hurricane at 15 and 20% interest. What kind of market is this, Dervan? That's a dangerous market. And I tell you why it has to fix, Dervan. If you go back 1962 when we get independent, the first prime minister was Sir Alexander Bustamante. But one of the reasons why he was more popular than Norman Manley and the history there, he used to lend people money in a Dervan. He was a usurer when he came from Cuba. And he used to give old people a lot of money because the old people them bankrupt and bellies up and them are begging money all the while and he set up loan schemes for them to borrow money. Until when they came into power, him and Neda sold them and those big shot at the time set up the NIS, right? Now, if you look at the way the NIS is funded now through PAYE, through a law in Parliament, and you look at certain industries, let me give you 3 examples, and I talk in mathematics, not politics. If you look at the amount of gambling house and loan sharks that are in Portmore and Kingston, you know you need a payroll audit of Jamaica or Dervan to ensure that the national insurance scheme is not shafted by all of these money mongers that are around Dervan. Because Dervan, the Ministry of Finance is reporting that last year, 2023, they collected approximately $8.4 billion from the gambling houses of Jamaica. And I can bet you, if an audit is done on all the gambling houses of Jamaica, and you go in there and ask these workers in there to show me a copy of your weekly or your monthly payslip that you get from your employer, 9 out of 90% of them don't get any payslip there, man. So we have so much money going in.
90%?
Yeah, I can bet you about 90% of the gambling houses in Jamaica that is set up all over the place. If you go in there and ask one of and the young lady and the young man who operate there. Show me a payslip for last month that you get for working here. They don't even know what a payslip is. This is a survey that I have done in Portmore in Dervan. And I would encourage the people, especially the males, that the woman can defend themselves.
Hold a moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Good afternoon to Ann Jack. She says, greetings, Dervan. Greetings, Ann Jack. And she goes on to say, Neville Carter, you are doing a good job. So says Ann Jack. That's a message for you, Neville Carter. Mr. Carter?
Yeah, I'm here, Mr. Man.
Okay.
The people of Jamaica, they spend enough money on me and send me to Jamaica and send me to a good school, you know.
Apparently.
Whitfield Town Primary School, Arley School.
For good reason. They sent you there for good reason.
Yeah, and I went to Jamaica College, you know. And then
For Fervet Opus in Campus. You couldn't afford to mess that one up.
Yeah, and when I was at Jamaica College, and they said work is burning in the field.
Yes.
And they tell us at sixth form that we are gatekeepers of the system.
Mm-hmm.
And anything you see that's going out of order, you have a duty
To respond.
Respond, Professor.
Yes.
And I'll tell you another mathematics. We see the transport sector. Most of the vehicles them that is running taxis and coaster buses, they are owned by civil servants. Lots of them owned by policemen, doctors, all sorts of civil servants and private business owners. So that is additional income for them. And you see most of the men them who drive it, most of these men, they don't die from murder for the year that they die of prostate cancer. And 95% of these drivers who drive in for these people, they don't even know what a payslip is. And they're making for themselves an average of $5,000 a day, which equates to, call it about $150,000 a month. And you see that $150,000, they need to pay 6% of that $150,000, which is $9,000 to the NIS to go back into the NIS money. And you have about, Darrell Val says, about 40,000 of them across the island. The NIS need those money because what is happening is that when a police hold them in half a tree and charge them $8,000 or $9,000 or whatever $1,000 worth of ticket, the policeman, the business, them pay them NIS, but he want it. The government, central government, want the traffic ticket to do other business. So what is happening there is that instead of the money goes to the NIS, it is going to central government, and then they are using it in central government to do other things at the expense of the pensioners. That's what is happening in Jamaica. and none of these politicians talking about it. The taxmen and the coaster bus men need to file their SO1 and the SO2 just like the JUTC driver. Because all the JUTC drivers, they pay NIS, NHT, and head tax, and they have a pension at the end of the day when they reach 60 and 65. So what is happening to the other transport sector? The NIS people, the pension of Jamaica, need more pension. And you don't hear none of the unions talking about this thing because anytime you can't pay them union dues, you have no value to them. What is happening in Jamaica, Dervan?
Well,
I am on the side of the pensioner because I'm a two-ton pensioner. I'm going to give you another match before I come off on the radio, Dervan. I'm serious about that one more than anything else. You see these highways that they make with these toll roads. These toll roads, people from China and France, what they do, they invest in small countries like Jamaica and set up toll roads in order to get revenue to pay the pensioners who work with their company. The French company that have the Portmore toll, that's what they do. And all the Chinese toll that are across the island, that's what they do. And whereas the people who drive motor vehicles, drive the motor vehicle, rather than people in their community who don't have any motor vehicle and hike. The tax administrative office of Jamaica needs to ensure that when people come to the tax office to renew their car license and the motor vehicle license, they need to run their TRN and their NIS and their NIS card to ensure that they are paying NHT, paying NIS, and paying the head tax. Just like how they pay for the toll to go through, because the toll money is going to pay foreign pensioners in France and China at the expense of the Jamaican pensioner. And it is not fair. That is a sellout match. Mr. Malcolm.
yes, Mr. Carter.
The match of Jamaica is in Equitas. It's wrong. And I can show you another match, Mr. Malcolm. I never brief on this one. One of the biggest companies that the government owe money is a company that sells food. And not calling any name. And they own banks and a lot of real estate and they lend the government. The government must owe that company, in my opinion, the most money on the creditors list, right? And they pay out a dividends the other day. Big dividends they pay to their shareholders. And when you look at the list of the shareholders who get these big dividends, a lot of them are politicians, and I don't want none of you politicians no apology. And I'm not bad-minding anybody about the dividends, but let me tell you this. And when you look back at the dividend schedule that the biggest bank in Jamaica pay again, some of the same people who have shares in that big food company have shares in the big bank, a lot of politicians. So what they are doing, in my opinion, as somebody who is in the financial field, who know mathematics and know accounting and know a little economics, is that the trickle-down effect economics that they practice in Jamaica, they are ensuring that the money goes into a certain group of people at all times. So effectively, Jamaica is not a country at 62, it's a club, in my opinion, Dervan.
And the basis of your conclusion is all that you have said so far.
Yeah, it's that the trickle-down economic model that they set up with is ensure that all the money comes to them and go back to a certain class of people. That tantamount, when rain falls.
What do you mean come to them? They take up some bags of money and give it to?
No, let me tell you what they do. You see, like how that they tell you how the NIS, because the PAYE, the pay as you earn act, the income tax act.
Mm-hmm.
When income coming and never Carter and our Dervan Malcolm, and the first money that was supposed to come out of it is your pension.
Mm-hmm.
Then the NIS must come out of it second. then the NHT must come out tight, then the head tax come out tight, and then the government raise the tax threshold, the income tax threshold to 1.7. So most Jamaicans don't pay no income tax again, but those money must come out because they are part of your food, clothes, and shelter. Because the NHT is supposed to shelter you, and the NIS, so after you get the shelter, the NIS is supposed to put food on your table. You follow? But the model that is here now with these setup, with these organized gambling, and all the toll booth is set up and nobody monitoring these transport people to make sure that they pay the NIS. And then when the government collect the whole of the GSTP money, some of which supposed to go back into the NIS or NHT, they pay it over to these big companies. Sometimes they pay them more than what they should pay them. And then they swell up their business. When hurricane come and you go in a supermarket and buy out their product and they make windfall profit, they just give it to their shareholders, which include a bunch of rich people already and politicians. And that's how they create the money and keep it for themselves.
So,
you understand me now?
What's the plan in that regard then? What?
The people of Jamaica, when you go to a business place like all these corner shops in your community and these gambling houses, tell the proprietor says, you must pay over the people them NHT or NIS money and give them pay slip. Because if another hurricane coming up, a lot of these people might be heading to the poorhouse in Dervan. And it's wicked. And you have a minister of local government that's supposed to sit to that mathematics. You have a minister of finance who's supposed to sit to that mathematics. You have a minister of justice who's supposed to sit to that mathematics. And you have a national security minister and a prime minister who's supposed to sit to that. That things are going fairly. We don't want when the hurricane comes, the pensioners, they must be at the mercy of any local government minister taking out now care package with tooth in a bullet beef and treating a tin mackerel and a tin of milk. And some steel bread in a pensioner. Or care package. We need the pension scheme of the NIS to fix at 862. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because every pensioner now in Jamaica at this time, the minimum pension should be at least 50,000 a month coming through the NIS. Huh? Can no mother can't depend on them picnic? 62 years from now, if you give them some of them money for pension. All these taxi men who are not trained in the NIS, where they're going to go when they reach pension age? When they want to go back in them community at the wings and fancy and the sympathy of their political leaders who don't even know mathematics. This is serious in the man.
Yeah.
And the maths of the country must fix, and the people on the ground who know mathematics and is not connecting to any political party and unbiased must talk out against it. So we're going to need the needs of the common people for us to clean up this informal sector to ensure that people like me, when we retire, the Governor General said the salary is 34 million a year in a Dervan. And when you get him back paid, then they are 34 million what a back pay and getting and still in pension and taking in there. So how we are dealing with the average pensioner, so we now look out for them. And it's not impractical in a Dervan. We just need a good pension system. Huh? What do you think, Dervan?
Yeah, it's a question of who will bell the cat. There are
We paying people to beg the cat.
yeah.
We're paying them in a Dervan. We're not making a politician anything. We're not begging nobody anything. Mark Golding is $24 million a year till him dead, you know. And I can tell you and leave you with this. There is no politician in Parliament from the Senate to the Parliament, the lower house, that have only one source of income. None of them. That $28 million that the Prime Minister gets.
We have another break. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Let's continue the conversation with Neville Carter.
Yeah, I'm saying to you, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
Even the Prime Minister who getting $28 million a year till him death. That $28 million is just side income for him, you know. He have only part of business that run a collect money, you know.
Well, I'm not aware of all those businesses that he has running. I don't have that information.
Oh, okay, Mr. Malcolm. So I apologize to that. But Mr. Malcolm, the point I'm making. How is it a man getting $28 million a year, $34 million a year, and still suffer from the disease near more? And some people are get $15,000 a week and to have a pension. You know, so we're playing with fire. We're playing with future fire. And it's not Jesus' work to fix the system. It's our work in the name of Jesus.
Is it a case that it's out of kilter so much that it just continues?
It's out of kilter. It's out of kilter. It has no reach. An economic Frankenstein that is going to deliver and destroy a lot of people. And I believe we, the people, on the ground, most of us go to secondary school and university. We need to talk up to our councillors, our MP, and our ministers to say, watch your man. We talk up to the people about the needs and make them know that the underground economy that they have, it has to die in the name of Jesus Christ in order for the average man to survive and live out their lifespan. Just like how you secure your pension to live out your lifespan. We need both Mr. Bolden and Mr. Andrew Wallace and the Minister of Finance and Justice to teach the people about the benefit of the needs. Because we can't continue at 62. 62? Most people who are 62 now can't even bury themselves. Look how much people are walk up and down and can't bury themselves. Why them can't bury themselves? And the NIS gives burial grant every year of approximately $150,000. Look how much people NIS contribute to them burial grant during the COVID year. We need the NIS to be more functional and the money instead of going to the consolidated fund through GCT. The particular percent must go to the NIS. If it's one tax you pay, it must be the NIS. The NIS must be funded. Must. I leave it there, my professor.
Thank you for the call.
And thank you for everything, Mr. Malcolm, because Satan is in our midst. And this cross-gender and this gender thing that they're coming upon the people, we will only destroy old people and retard young people. It's not nice. Take care.
You too. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Dervan.
Good afternoon.
Sir.
Good afternoon to you too.
Are you feeling the vibes of the Olympics so far?
Insofar as I'm getting news of encouraging news, one way or another, though, we continue to support the athletes. They need as much of the support as they can get. Mm.
Dervan,
Yes.
in our country here, we have found out away from education, the music and the music and the prowess of our young athlete is the only thing that enable the youths of the ghetto to rise above any cause and can be of some value to their community and can move their family out of poverty. Do you feel that way, Dervan?
Yes.
And Dervan, I have seen where Kishan Thompson have entered the Olympic 100 meter for the first, and I've seen the euphoria that have been created down in Mitchelton in Clarendon, and I'm asking myself, when we are countrymen, can we be fooled by politicians the easiest? But I said this, Dervan. In East Kingston, in a little community, a community that is often rocked by violence, a very volatile place called McIntyre Land in Dunkirk. We have heard all over the past months and even in the past years where the media have basked in the negativity of this God-given community. And here we have a Wayne Pinnock, who is born and bred in this community of McIntyre Land, where one heap of people would call Dunkirk, inside the bullpen, where we would call the bullpen. And I notice, nobody, the media, away from saying that we have an next medal to count. The media have given this community a total blackout, Dervan.
Really? So,
a total blackout.
So how the information would get through if there was a blackout?
Because the information would have to come out because of the medal count. We have not seen no journalists at all from Wayne Pinnock have won that world championship silver medal, and the youths in this community they are so left out because we have a Wayne Pinnock to inspire the youths. who inside of our community, a community that is surrounded by most of the schools that enter the boys and the girl champs. We in McIntyre Land are surrounded by are blessed with an abundance of high school, and we can start with KC, Vauxhall, many, and Camperdown go on, and so, and the media, it seems like they are playing some form of politics.
What to what end? To what end? No, but to what end?
Dervan, the media should be around here, especially in the summer year. Come in immediately, like even to the bungalow the little 11-year-old and 12-year-old youths and bask in the glory of a Wayne Pinnock. Neither the TVJs or the CVM. Nobody remember us. And I'm not just talking, just announcing. We are talking about coming to the community. This community have police every second of the day. There is nothing to afraid of. The community is clean, and instead we wait until the youths them get killed by the state or by each other to get some form of news. This is news. A Wayne Pinnock in his second outing. The first was at the World Championship, silver, and now his second outing at the Olympic, silver. This is a story. There is many Wayne Pinnock behind this iron curtain. I am telling you, there is many Wayne Pinnock behind this iron curtain.
So
and they are calling on the media. Stop the media, shut up.
But as you are calling, the information is going out.
I am speaking to the TVJs and the CVMs. Come in and speak to the little 12-year-old and the little 14 and 15-year-old. They are the one that we can save now. We can save them now. And we should bask in this glory of a Wayne Pinnock, because we have seen where the youths of the inner city need guidance and inspiration, and a Wayne Pinnock twice has gone a silver for this nation, this little nation, Jamaica, Rock, straight out of Dunkirk, 2 silver, 1 world championship, and now an Olympic silver. We don't need to go no better than this now.
No, you don't want to go higher? Where's the ambition? Go higher. I mean, you want to come to here. Keep going.
That's why I'm saying Dervan, we need the media to come in, that the younger generation can inspire for greater car the next outing, we may see another phoenix rise from out of this community and deliver goal.
Well,
If
whatever happens, you have played your part in getting the information out there. We're up on the break now. Thank you for the advocacy and all the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. Time is now
4:45. I want to tell the farmers about the Digital Foundation. It not only helped me as a farmer, but it helped my entire community. Farmers. I want you to know that they have a new thing coming out called the 20 for 20 for 20 grants. If you're a registered community organization with disabilities, schools,
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with
Oh
Sherry
yes,
and
oh yes,
Get
always.
news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance
Doesn't
to
matter
road
where Thanks a lot for joining us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Just trying to clear a few more messages, but still taking your calls. We still have a few minutes to go, just a few to go, but still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line is still up and running. 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. So your messages, your questions, your issues, your thoughts, your ideas, whatever is on your mind, please feel free to share. After all, it is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Natalie Winter has some kind words to express. Thank you very much, Natalie Winter. And you do likewise. Inez Ayona Campbell, good afternoon to you. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, happy post-independence, Sir Malcolm. Facebook volume extremely low. All right. Thank you very much, Albert, for bringing that to our attention for what it's worth. But in the meantime, we have a few more minutes before we have to wrap today's edition of Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. And the number is once again 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. And we have pretty much cleared the messages. We see Rohan Johnson of Atlas Ocherios, as usual, sending greetings on behalf of his children. Thank you very much. And let's keep it going here on Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And if you missed it, record-breaking gold from Roger Stoner. First gold in Paris Olympics 2024 was the message here. This is from Joan in Bermuda, saying our first gold in Paris Olympics 2024, record-breaking gold from Roger Stoner. So, don't know if the caller earlier on would have heard that. Let's see who else is messaging. This one from Horace, otherwise known as Spider, says, Mr. Malcolm, I remember when this government won the elections about 8 years ago, how they were fixing road left, right, and center. Maybe if you did have they would fix it. Mr. Government have fallen down on the job big time in front of East Road on Waltham Park Road. Sewage water has destroyed the road for months now, totally destroyed it, says Horace, otherwise known as Spider. And he says, it's a disgrace. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Wednesday, the 7th of August, 2024. We thank Davin Thomas for doing technical and production duties behind the scenes. Thanks to you, our faithful listeners and viewers all over the globe, for making it both sides of the story. All things being well, both sides of the story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm, wishing everybody a peaceful rest of the afternoon into evening, into night.
White man turns the corner, finds himself within a different world. Little kid grabs his shoulder, throws him up against the wall. He says, would you respect me if I didn't have this guy? 'Cause without it, I don't get it, and that's why I carry one. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Oh, both sides of the story. Yes, both sides of the story.
Bye.
Oh, both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now